Goedemiddag ook, dames en heren. Kom op my kant af voor. Baie welkom. Ladies and gentlemen, the viola, as I said to the group earlier today, and as Hester mentioned, is a Cinderella number. Okay, it was in the shadow of the violin and the cello for many years, but the viola, in fact, was invented before the violin. It has a longer history than the violin. I could go into detail, but I won't. But just let me say that, as I mentioned to them also, that it is an instrument that's very close to my heart, and unfairly it was neglected, but it's right up there at the top. And a few years ago, it was stated that the finest musician, performing musician in the world, and this was in the London Times, which is one of the most civilized of all newspapers, was the Russian. Yes, Yuri Bashman. And fantastic that the violas have really come into their own. And of course, in my humble view, it is the most natural instrument. And the most natural instrument of all, of course, is the human voice. But it's the viola that most closely resembles that. You can't say it about a violin or a trombone, you know, it's the viola. So, enjoy our items for masked violas. This is a tango by Rodriguez. You will all recognize it. It's played on classic FM all the time, but it's a very, very successful arrangement for this motley crew. Okay, okay, let's dance. ladies and gentlemen, and now to our final item for this afternoon. And it is an extraordinary arrangement of one of the finest and most famous overtures in the orchestral repertoire, the William Tell Overture. And I'm sure many of you will recognize most of it. When I was first told that they were going to attempt this piece, I thought, what on earth? I mean, that piece is written for a full symphony orchestra, with all the instruments, and for a bunch of viola players. How is it going to work? But they've done remarkably well with some very difficult string writing for the instruments, and some were quite unnatural for the viola. There are 4 sections: the opening, where you will hear the solo instruments playing an introduction, and then we go into the storm scene. And in the storm you'll hear the distant rumbling of the thunder, and then raindrops all on violas. And then the storm gets closer and closer, and then it breaks. And you will hear the thunder, and you will hear the lightning, etc. The next section, at the end of the storm disappears, and then you hear just the little drops of rain again, and then we turn to the countryside. And there's a beautiful pastoral area, which originally is played on a cor anglais and a flute. And it's very difficult. We do it on our violas. And then we go into the final section, which you will all recognize coming from the movie The Lone Ranger, okay, where you will hear that guy. Okay, guys, let's have fun.
firstly, I want to thank everybody that's here today. You made this possible. And I really hope you all enjoyed it, because I did the time we... and then I just want to say thank you so much to our sponsors and our exhibitors. I can name them. Kevin from Musica. He sponsored the shirts for us. And I think we actually look really beautiful, and we're going to infiltrate the world now with our Viola t-shirts. And then Lovemore, who sponsored a beautiful new viola, development viola, that we will give to somebody who wants to start playing and that we can use for development purposes. And Marshall Music is also here to exhibit, and they're giving us great discounts, all of them. Hannes Jacobs is also giving us discounts. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks to our composer, Keith. Thanks very much for being here, for coming to listen. And then Eric, who has given his whole day for us.
Met liefde.
Your page is right.
Okay, this is the Allegro Vivace at 226. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure working with you as always, and I do it with love and respect. There's multiple music and there's multiple music. Please, we need to just take a photograph of the people afterwards in our smart new shows. Okay. Photographer, would you be able to do that for us? Thank you very much. Your page is right.
I'm going with
All right, here we go.